All right, here's the deal. See, there's a place I remember way up here in the woods where there used to be an old house and an old, I used to call it a coal mine. I don't necessarily know if that's what it was or not. And this is kind of inspired by a guy whose channel I watch, Treasure Charger. And he's looking at these old house sites and he's got a metal detector. But I went up there the other day and I found a couple things. I'm going to show them to you right here. Okay, the first item up for bid is this glass right here I found up there. It's got a bubble pattern on it. I don't know how much it holds. Here's a little marking at the bottom of it. Look that over. Some of you be familiar with that. And here's a lid that was on it, a little snowflake looking thing. Also, something I found very interesting was this headlight bezel off of something. Some kind of vehicle. It takes a full-size headlight. There's the back of it. But yeah, those are the things I found the other day. Okay, you seen those things? Be thinking about trying to figure out what are those things. And at the end of the video, I'll tell you what they are, because it took me a minute to figure it out. But I'm going to see what other stuff is up there. And I thought about getting a metal detector, but there's so much metal and stuff up there that I think, and maybe Treasure Charger can chime in on this and tell me, that if I went up there with a metal detector like he's got, it'd just be beep, 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 beeping all the time, because there's all kind of rusty crap. And, you know, somebody's used it for a dump at one time. Not so much around where the house is, but up there where the coal mine is, and there's a lot of stuff up there. So I'm going to go up there and look. And it's a little bit cold and windy. It's about 50 degrees outside, but I'm going to try to do it. And I'm trying to rush into this so I don't make a 20-minute long video. And I'm going to be like a Treasure Charger. I'm going to get up there. I'm going to walk you to it, and I'll bring you in on the first find. How you like that? All right, I've driven the Scout here back in the woods about as far as I care to. I could probably go a little bit further, but this is a good spot. I can turn around, good place to park. I'm getting ready to walk on up in here, and I'll take y'all with me as I go. All right, it's not too far of a walk, but if I can find anything fascinating, I'm going to carry it back here. So I'm trying to travel light. I started to bring a leaf blower to blow the leaves. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, here's one reason I couldn't go much further. Big tree down up here. Look at this. Don't look like it fell not long ago. But yeah, look at that. That's a pretty good sized tree. I could have fished on around it here, but all right, we'll keep on going. Coming up right here, there's an old stove. This is way up in the woods, folks. Not way up in the woods, but pretty good piece. This is where this old house used to be. And I don't remember ever seeing the house. It was burnt down or whatever happened to it before my time. But there's remnants of it up here. Here's another part of that sink or something. But right in here, I'll have to look. About half lost. Not really, but it's all up in here someplace. I think the house seat is up here. Go on. Kind of windy out here. I know I didn't find the house right then, the little house seat, but I eventually find it because I already know what happened, because I'm editing this video now. While I'm editing it, I'm noticing, back last time I was up there, I had dreams I wanted to be one of the Duke boys, Bo or Luke. And this many years later, I've kind of turned into Uncle Jesse. Yeah, this big washout was not here when I was a kid. You just walk right across this, drive right across it. All right, we'll keep trucking. All right, we're coming up on it here. I've chose to go up. There's a road that goes up to this, up here on this ridge. But I'm going down through the valley, and this is where the little big coal hill is. I used to think it was a coal mine when I was a kid. And we can see here, there's a brick there, an old aluminum pan, bottles, stuff like that. I believe there's a lot of stuff left over from when they was mining coal back there. Again, more on that later. And a lot of it, people just brought up here and dumped it years later. Anyway, we're going on through here. See all the stuff in the creek here. But you can see the coal here. That's probably not very good coal. But anyway, I might take some of it back and try to burn it in the shed. But I'm gonna keep it going. Okay, I had to crawl underneath a tree here through this little part of the creek, and I found something while I was crawling around. This little deal right here. I believe that is some kind of oil filter canister. See what's left over there. It was kind of buried in the mud right here. Or maybe it was like this. But anyway, I found it, so there's an interesting find. It's probably not something I'm gonna drag out of here. But yeah, there's the first interesting find anyway, other than all these bottles and jars and stuff. But we'll keep going. Okay, we're here at the site. You'll see a lot of, I'm gonna show you something here. It's little bottles like this. That's a lot of what's around in here. If a person wanted a bunch of those, you could pick a bunch of them up. I'm not too interested. But here's a big mountain right here. That's coal. All is that a big pile of coal. That's what that is. I can get you in here and see. And back when I was a kid, I found an old hard hat up here, an old sign that said restricted area, and never did think much about it. That was many, many, many years ago. But we're gonna look around here and see what else there is. After we found that stuff yesterday, I'm a little bit more excited about it, more enthused. So we'll look around. Yeah, there's that big hill of coal. This stuff right here is mostly what it is. That's it right there. We're still looking around. Quick and dirty video here. Checkers, old Checkers can. Was that beer or pop or what was that? Does anybody know? I'm gonna start doing a few of these around here because there's a bunch of this stuff. Oh, I think I remember my mom using this stuff. Dippity-doo. Dippity-doo. Kind of like a hair gel for women. $1.25 size. This old tire here, I'll take a little picture of it. Another down and dirty video here. I believe this thing here, I just dug up out of this bank right here, is part of an old wringer washer. It's over here by this toilet and by this wheel. This wheel might have come off that car, but that chrome piece is off of it. We're going to show you what it is off of here at the end of the video. Yep, I believe that's what that is. I should have brought a shovel, but I'm trying to travel light. A little washout here. Crazy stuff. All right, it's more down and dirty here. I'm digging around here with this thing. There's a bunch of tin here. You can see, I've been looking under this stuff in this area right here. I found me a little something to dig with. Looks like a piece of an old air filter here maybe. But I did find, so far, this old Pabst Blue Ribbon. That's right, old pull tab can. So there might be some stuff under here. I'd say there's a bunch. I'd say a man could be up here all day looking and finding stuff. So I'm gonna keep on looking. Another down and dirty. What in the world? Whatever this is, it still has something in it. And I'm not gonna try it out. But it's laying right here. Bunch of this glass around here. Bunch of jars and glass. I guess they couldn't do anything with that, so they threw it over the hill. And I'm still looking. And if you think I'm gonna find that, what that chrome bezel came off of while I'm up here, you're barking up the wrong tree, because there ain't much none of that stuff up here, especially on the whole car. Well, it's just buried in here somewhere. It might be buried right here. We'll never find it. Now this would have been something worth taking home, but you see here it's cracked. Old Jim Beam bottle. I don't know how old that is. It's an old one, but alas, it is cracked. Oh well. Here's something pretty interesting, old Pepsi Cola bottle. That's an oldie. I don't know if I'll take that back with me or not. I might if I don't find anything else. But I believe I can find this kind of stuff here all day long. I just dug around and just right there, here it was. All right, I did find these things, and I'm thinking that this was part of a little kid's picnic table or something. And they're metal, you can see here. And flip them over, it looks like that. I believe maybe there's some plywood in there at one time or something. There's 3 pieces of them. They was here, there, and everywhere. But I believe that is part of a little, some kind of little picnic table or something. I don't know, some kind of little table, shelf or something. I don't know if I'll take that back or not. It's awful big to carry. We'll see. Hey, I'm still up here looking around. If you need a bunch of old half-busted glass bottles, give me a holler. I can hook you. I can hook you up. Just give me a holler. One thing I found that was very useful is this little thing right here, a little piece of aluminum. I believe it was something for a closet coat hanger or something. I've been using it to dig with, and I'm definitely taking that home with me. But I'm gonna go up here. There's a grease barrel up here. If I don't fall down and kill myself, I'm gonna get that. I do want to take that home, I think, if it's not too heavy. And I'm gonna keep looking on this side of the hill now. Stick with me. Okay, I'm digging around here and I find a baby doll with its head cut off. So, yeah, that's kind of creepy. Woohoo! All right, this is an old grease barrel here. It's a Valvoline. It's a little grease barrel, and it's in pretty good shape. You see down here, still got some grease in it. Probably kept it from rusting out over these years. Pretty weird looking top on it, but I don't think I'm gonna be dragging it out here because it's kind of heavy. It's got a little hole right there. Don't need that. Kind of heavy. If it was a bit closer to the Scout, yeah, maybe I would. This is who's doing my filming for me today. So I'm dragging this with me everywhere I go. I'm gonna go on up the hill and see what else there is. I don't know if you can tell this on the video, but right here's a little valley. I think this is where the coal mine was. And another little, it's just a little mountain here, a little hump. Back here's another little valley that goes into a place. I believe they were a coal mine there. I believe it was hand dug. And again, more on that later. I don't believe it was the actual coal mine, but a lot of people, this coal in this area was kind of shallow, and they'd go back up in the woods and find them a little spot of it there, a little vein, and they just dig it out by hand, just use it for house coal. It might have been a little bit more than that because there is a lot of it around here. There's just all the stuff you're seeing right here, that's just piles of coal. There's the mountain down there, there's the big hill. Right here where I'm standing, bunch of coal. That's where I think they dug it out and piled the majority of it down there. But we're gonna keep looking. Look at this. I'm getting ready to make my way back to the Scout. And Lord help me if I fall down because I got a bunch of pocket full of glass here. And it's gonna be bad. But look at this. It's pretty wild, isn't it? I just seen that. I'm making my way back to the Scout. I found a different way back, I believe. I might get lost. I might fall down and bust all those glasses in my pocket. I might die, but I might not. Over there's the hill. You can see a little mountain right there, and down there's the valley where I was digging all that garbage up. I'm making my way back through here. Let you walk with me here a little bit. I'm carrying a little tripod and stuff like that. A little digging tool that I found. I want to get back. I really ain't worried about the Scout because it was a model made before catalytic converters, so it runs good on regular gas. And Bigfoot won't be stealing your Cadillac converter, you know. So I'm not too worried about that. But I do want to get back and get home because my back is hurting walking up around these hills. I'm gonna walk on around through here, and I'll bring you back in if I see anything else interesting. This part I've never been through before. So this road actually goes around. I might draw a map when I get back to kind of give you an idea of what this is. That'll be interesting. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Found something. Pass the ketchup. Okay, I'm on my way back. I'll stop here for a minute, give me a drink of water or whatever's in that bottle. And I'm going down through here. You can see a little road down through here. I've always come up that side and the little hills back here, and I'm telling you, I'm gonna get rained on here in a minute. This comes around here. I believe I'm gonna draw a map, and there's a valley down there. I'm looking down this valley. This goes back around here. I'm hoping it goes back to the Scout. If it don't, I kind of know my way back. But yeah, this is all new to me. I don't think we're gonna find anything up through here. I believe it's just a road. But I am gonna try to find that house, see, which there's really nothing to see there, and I believe this is gonna bypass it. I don't know. I'm gonna keep going. All right, this is right after the break. I'm going down that little road there. There's a wet spot here. See for something. You still see a lot of coal under these leaves here. I'm going on up through here. I don't know where this goes to. Down here, down in the valley. I believe that's that little creek I crossed here earlier. Or I might be as lost as last year's Easter eggs. Either way, I'm going this way. So I'll come up on something. All right, look at this. Look at this down here. Give you a little bit of down there. I'm still walking around here, and yeah, it's just pile after pile of coal like this, and hollows going up in here. I can't tell nothing. I'll tell you one thing, every time I look up one of these places, I see that car sitting up there, you know. Yeah, there it is, I finally found it. But here's another big mountain of coal. Pretty wild. I haven't got rained on yet. And I'm trying to make my way back to the Scout, and I'm starting to wonder if I'm not about half lost. I'm not all the way lost, but you know, I've never been up in this area before. So I'm gonna keep going. Okay, I was up on that ridge and I decided I probably need to be back down the valley. I'm glad I did, because this is just beautiful. Look at this. Little creek here. Look at it. Going through the woods. I'm gonna follow this creek here for a little bit. I'm gonna take you with me. I hope this don't turn out to be a 30-minute video, but if it does, we might just leave it like that. I'm going through here. If you see the camera jump around and hear a bunch of glass busting, that's me falling down with a pockets full of glass here. Yeah, that's what that's all about. Oh yeah, this is just beautiful. Beautiful nature walk here. All these big trees have fell down, and all these little trees are coming up to take their place. But I'm gonna keep on going down this way. I think the Scout is ahead of us there a little ways. If it's not, I'll eventually find it. Yeah, let's cross over here. Well, wasn't too bad. I'm old and crippled, so this is not easy. Interesting stuff. I'm trying to go slow here so the camera isn't jerking around, so you guys can see some of this stuff. Spring here, and things are starting to come back in bloom. If it was summertime, you wouldn't be able to see this far. Everything would be grown up. I think the last few times I was even up around this area anywhere, was in the summertime, you just couldn't see anything. You could barely see in front of you. But everything's not bloomed and leafed out yet, so we got that going for us. But again, just a beautiful nature walk. And I'm gonna keep on going. Oh, I believe I know where I'm at. I remember that fence post, little fence post up there. I believe I'm back on the path that I used to follow back in the day. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off here in just a second and see if I can find where that old house was. I might dig around there a little bit, see if I can find anything, but as I remember, there was never anything there. Whoever moved out of there took everything with them. Yeah, the old fence post. Little bar on it. Yeah, I know where I'm at now. Knew all along, to tell you the truth. I just wanted to add a little drama to it, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go that way. Okay, look at this. Well I found here. I seen this bucket, and I remember there being a well over here way back in the day. I think that bucket might have a hole in it. Definitely. But yeah, so that house is over that way. That way, see? And this was the well where they got their water, I do believe. Pretty interesting. All right, I'm gonna try to find it. All right, a little down and dirty video in here, portrait style. I found the old house seat. There's a piece of, you can see here, a piece of underpin or tin or something going along there. And I kind of missed this on the way up, and I found it on the way back though. And here's some brick that, you know, was part of the house. I don't know, maybe part of the chimney or something. And you can kind of see the cornerstones here. You see one right there, one right there, one right there, and right around in here someplace. I'll be standing on it right around there, back this way. But it wasn't a very big house, I don't guess. Here's some metal wash tub looking thing. And I don't think I'm gonna find anything interesting in here. But what this is, look at this. It's a wash tub, I believe. If you look at it, kind of round at the bottom. Yeah, just kind of some kind of wash tub. Maybe a little wash your clothes or something. I'm not gonna dig around in there too much. Oh, my handy dandy digging tool I found. Something else up here is looked like they kind of dug this area here out. There's some tin laying there, so I'm thinking maybe that was a little cellar at one time. I might look around there for a second or two, but I'm not too far from the Scout now, I don't think. Look at this purple bush here I found. What in the world is that? Anybody know? Sticks out like a sore thumb here. One thing, definitely don't eat it. Might try to smoke it, but don't eat it. But yeah, let me turn this thing around here. Well, I don't know if I can do that. But hold on here a second. Got her turned around. Okay, I'm heading back out, heading towards the old Scout, and didn't find too many things. Found some old bottles that I'll show you here later. I think you've already seen them, but maybe one of them. I found this, my little digging tool I've been using. That's about the handiest thing I found so far. But I haven't been up here since I was 12 years old. I used to walk back up in here looking around. And a lot of the stuff's changed a little bit, of course, and some of the old places are gone, and some of the places I discovered I didn't even know was there. But yeah, I'm sorry, my son, you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train done hauled it away. Okay, I made it back to the Scout. Look at it over there in its natural habitat. Don't that pretty? I'm just gonna walk right up to it. Good to see you after doing all this hiking and walking. Hop in that thing and drive away. Drive back to where I need to go. Woo. Okay, I drew a map. Here's where I parked the Scout. Okay. I walked up through here. There's that tree that was down, the big root ball tree that we saw up there, and the old house seat right here. Then this creek. We go up through here, walkity, walkity, walk. Oh, there's a well right here. We saw that. We walk on up through here, and there's an old coal mine road, what I used to call it, goes up through here. And I went, instead of going up through here, I took a shortcut, and maybe there's another creek. Yeah, there's kind of a creek that goes up this way. Valley. There's two creeks there, actually. Yeah, that's what it is. There's the big coal pile, and there's a road. I never did know this, but that goes around that. And then up here is like, there's where these valleys where they've dug into the hill, and they piled the coal up here. They dug it out, they dumped it over here. It's kind of surround that place like that. And I walked around, when I went back, when you saw me take a break and I stopped and talked, that was right in here. And that's that path goes around through here. There's another creek, more of these coal miney things, like it was dug out in the hill, and the hills are up here like this. Actually kind of, like that, around through there. And coal pile. And here the road just kind of falls apart. I don't know if that's the end of it or what. And I come back down this creek here. And I've got up there and I said, all right, I was up on the valley, I need to come back down. I come back down here. Maybe I come down this side of it and cross back over. When you see me cross over, and I come back down, that's when I found the well. Right there. I come back and I found the little house seat. And back to the Scout. That's it. Yeah, I want to draw a map. There it is. So, what did I bring back? Well, I brought back the Dippity-Doo jar, the women's hair gel. My mom used to use that. Dippity-Doo. This is from probably in the 50s, maybe. 50s or 60s. This is a different picture of one that's not in such bad shape. This is a lemon juice. This is real lemon. We squeeze, you pour. And here's an ad from back in the 50s, and that's probably what this bottle's from. This is a black and white ad. But this right here, look what I found. This is none other than Harry E. Wilkin right there. Old Paul Wilkin, that's him. Right on the front of it, and it says, federal law forbids sale or reuse of this bottle. That's something during the Prohibition, so the moonshiners wouldn't take that bottle and fill it back up with moonshine. So that's something. They might have been moonshining up in here. Look at this. This is what it is. The Wilkin family whiskey. Good stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Now, what about the stuff I found yesterday? Well, this is just a regular old Anchor Hawking water bottle they used back in the day. And I guess people just bought these bottles and put water in it and put in the refrigerator. And Foot seems to approve. But that's all that is. But the big mystery item, the old bezel off of the car. And we know it's off a car because it's a little bit too fancy to be on a truck. There it is. And that is the way it goes on the car. And it goes on this right here, a 55 Plymouth Belvedere. It's right there on the passenger side. Headlight bezel. So that's what that was. Mystery solved. All right. I had a lot of fun today and hope you did too. Following me traipsing around through the woods there. Didn't find anything great, but found a bunch of glass and a few things. That little whiskey bottle. Man, that thing has got me wanting to go back to the good old days before my time. Wilkin family blended whiskey. 70 cents a pint. $1.35 for a quart. Man, you get some drunk for some time. And I'm drinking this stuff here, good old Evan Williams, but it's over $10 a pint. A pint! Whew, man. This world's gone to hell in a handbasket. I'm telling you that right now. But I feel pretty good. A friend of mine was the other day, we was talking, the guy I work with, and he said, man, I got out in the woods walking up and down these hills, and I feel a lot better than I have in a long time. You know, he's out kind of scouting around, doing a little bit, maybe doing a little bit of turkey hunting, and that made me feel pretty good too. I mean, you need to get outside and do some hiking. Wherever you're at, you can do it. Just going up and down hills, maybe, you know, if you can see something, even though there's not much of a junk pile to look through, just looking at the trees and creeks and stuff like that, you need to get in tune with nature. But yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed it. This is the longest shed show I've ever put out, if I put it out, and I think I'm going to. I'm going to have to get someplace that got better signal than what I got here out in the middle of nowhere at the shed. But until then, we'll see you next time on The Shed Show.